This is a long story, so I've got to prepare properly and need some sugar. Good morning, I'm in Ramona, California, and today is my splurge day. I love Fridays. I love to just splurge and have all the goodies and food that I'm not supposed to have the rest of the week. And it's especially good when Starbucks sends me a free reward and I can have any of their holiday drinks or anything I want, one item for free today. The funny thing is, I wasn't always a coffee drinker or a tea drinker or even going to Starbucks up until 3 or 4 years ago. This is relatively new for me. Part of the reason for that is that I was raised in the Mormon religion. Mormons don't drink alcohol, they don't smoke cigarettes, they don't do drugs, and they also don't drink coffee or tea. So all of these are new habits for me. I left the Mormon church pretty much when I was 35, and these are all things that I've picked up since then. I'm getting their toasted white mocha. I'm told it tastes like marshmallows with whipped cream and everything on top of it. I talk about my splurge meal a lot, like weekly, and that's because it's typically on Fridays and it's a big deal and it's totally different than what I normally eat. So what is this splurge meal? How did it get started? And what is my diet like? That's the question. Whoppers. So why go to all the effort to go to the store just to get Whoppers? That all ties back about, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago to a crazy diet that I started, an exercise program. Let me tell you about that. This is a long story, so I've got to prepare properly and need some sugar. After college, I basically just sat around in front of a computer, no exercise, no cardio, no expenditure of energy or burning calories. And I just gained weight. I was a beanpole, super skinny, just like a stick coming out of college. 6'6", maybe 170, 175 pounds. I was just super thin, I could eat anything. And then I got married and just sat in front of a computer. And my wife at the time was a fantastic cook, and I just gained weight. So over the period of 8 years that I was married, I went from super skinny to 245 pounds. I started having digestion problems, like acid reflux kind of thing, and they'd put me on some medication for that, and then higher medication, and then higher medication. And I was up about 4 levels on the medication. And I was asking the doctor, I'm still having this problem, you know, I lay down and all this acid's going up, and he's like, we have 2 choices. One, you can get surgery and you can get it fixed and corrected with surgery, or number 2, you can start dieting and go to the gym. And that's how it all began. Obviously, I chose door number 2. I decided to diet and exercise. So I went down and I joined Gold's Gym that was near my house. And I started exercising 5-6 days a week, an hour and a half a day, lifting weights, doing cardio, just going crazy. And I went on this diet that was done by a guy named Bill Phillips. It was really popular at the time. And over the period of the next year and a half, I went from 245 pounds down to about 187, something like that. And my strength in the gym tripled. So I was working with a trainer, and he did body fat measurements and calculations, and he calculated that I'd gained about 13 to 15 pounds of muscle because of that, and that I probably lost 70 to 75 pounds of body fat. My body changed so much, and my attitude and my demeanor and overall happiness was much higher. It was a fantastic experience to me. And part of that diet was to have a Friday splurge meal. So it worked really well for me, and so I've kept that aspect and modified my diet a little bit over the years, but I love having the splurge meal. It's basically the afternoon, start about noon and go into the evening, and just eating anything I want. So all week long I try to eat healthy, good stuff, fish, chicken, very, very low on carbs, very low on calories. And then on Friday, just go crazy, anything that I want. So I just sort of tell myself in my head, I can hold off. I'm not gonna have cookies, or I'm not gonna have cake until Friday. And then when Friday comes, I just go nuts. Let me explain how the diet works, the basic components. The splurge day, I've already talked about that. That's my favorite part of this Bill Phillips diet. I'm not advocating this for everyone. It doesn't work. It's sort of difficult to actually implement this diet in your life, and there's a number of reasons for that. Some of the basic components of the diet are having about 6 meals a day. Now that may sound insane, like crazy, but not so much. Let me explain. Basically, you do your 3 meals a day like most typical Americans with breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Those meals you do a fist-size carbohydrates and fist-size protein. So it might be eggs with some bread or something like that. And same thing for lunch. You might have, I don't know, chicken with some rice. And dinner, same kind of thing. You get the idea. And then 3 hours later, after your main meal, so let's say you have breakfast at 6, at 9 o'clock you have a small snack. That might be an apple, that might be a banana, that might be a protein shake, which is, of course, Bill Phillips owns this company that sells all these supplements, EAS, and protein shakes, and that's really what he's all about with this diet, is trying to sell all these protein shakes in these snacks that are in between. So he wants you to have this protein shake at 9 o'clock, then you have your lunch, then you have a snack again at 3 o'clock. Again, he wants you to do a protein shake or something like that, but you can do a banana, you can do an apple, you can do just something small to take the edge off of the hunger. Then your evening meal, 6-ish, and then another snack around 9 o'clock at night, again a protein shake or some other tiny little snack like a yogurt or something like that. So it's 6 meals, and splurge day once a week. Lots of exercise, because he wants you to build muscle so that your muscle mass is burning off calories. So it's really focused a lot on weight training and being in the gym, and there's tons and tons of heavy lifting exercises that are involved. So I really enjoyed that, because I was a beanpole and I went from really a wimp type scenario up to being actually lifting some decent weights, and can actually see a massive change in like my arms and my legs and shoulders and everything like that. I've lost a lot of that since then. I haven't really been keeping up with this for a number of years, but anyway, I did this program for probably 4 or 5 years. During the first year and a half, I had these amazing results, losing about 60 pounds overall in body weight from 245 down to 187, and about 75 pounds of that was body fat loss, with about 13 to 15 pounds of muscle gain, 2 to 3 times muscle strength gain, and it just worked out really well for me. That's all I have for this episode. Hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about the diet that I went on several years ago and how it worked for me and the amazing results that it had. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next episode.